Hello everyone, welcome to my history on one of the most devastating yet important events in modern human history, the Korean War. Why did it happen? What happened in it? And what has happened since? Find out the answer to all three of these questions in my history of the Korean War. Enjoy. Guess what? Who's ready for some background? On September 2nd, 1945, World War II ended. With its end came the end of Japan's colossal empire, which meant giving up Korea, which they conquered. Since the northern part of Korea was bordered by the Soviet Union, its influence via communism would spread to it. This led to a poor guy named Kim Il-sung taking on communism and later founding the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which he became the dictator of. It would become to be known as North Korea on October 3rd, 1945, since that's when it was kind of founded. The United Nations was shocked and appalled at the founding of North Korea and established the capitalist, free, and democratic state to the south, known as the Republic of Korea, aka South Korea. Korea and the Korean people had effectively split in two. Naturally, since capitalists hate living next to communists, tensions began to build. And so, with the support of China, Vietnam, and the Soviet Union, on this day, June 25th, 71 years ago in 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea, beginning the Korean War. By June 28th, 3 days later, North Korea had already reached the capital of South Korea, Seoul. This led to the three battles of Seoul. By 1951, the North had captured Seoul. However, on March 14th of the same year, the UN's Operation Ripper took Seoul back, liberating it for good. Thousands were dead. Oh, and the UN kicked North Korea out of Incheon in the Battle of Incheon. Later, North Korea moved further south, leading to the Battle of Heartbreak Ridge. No, not that one. From September 13th to October 11th of 1951. In it, China would fight for North Korea against the U.S. The U.S. killed 25,000 Chinese soldiers, leading to a U.S. victory. The war wasn't over, and now it increasingly looked like the North was in a vulnerable position. From June 6 of 1952 to March 26 of 1953, the longest battle of the Korean War took place, the Battle of Old Baldy. It was a UN victory after they defeated 1,000 Chinese soldiers. During the time period from May 28th to May 29th of 1953, the Battle of the Hook was fought. There weren't many deaths, but it was a UN victory once again, pushing North Korea further north out of South Korea. From June 10th to July 20th, the last battle of the Korean War was fought, the Battle of Kumsong, which was arguably the deadliest in the Korean War. 3,000 UN and 9,000 Chinese soldiers died. It was technically a Chinese victory since they were able to get the UN to stop in their tracks. However, luckily, the war was about to end. And so, a week later, on July 27th in 1953, the peace treaty was signed at Panmunjom, ending the Korean War at a stalemate. By its end, 171,000 UN and 926,000 communist soldiers, plus 3 million civilians on both sides, were dead, adding up to over 4 million deaths in the Korean War, a truly barbaric number. Ever since the end of the Korean War, North and South Korea have existed in their boundaries and have hated each other just as much. And with that, that was my history of the Korean War. Wow, that was dark and really grim, much more than I thought. Anyways, now for something a little bit more cheery, kind of not. My next video will be a biography on Henry VIII. It will come out on June 28th. Thanks for watching.